Excellent. We have another question here today. So, Krista Lugo, if you will turn your camera and audio on, and feel free to ask your question.
Hey there. Thanks for having me and entertaining these questions. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So, um, Asset Panda has been around since 2012, and we're really becoming much more sophisticated about things like client success and really tracking clients through their journey as it relates to product experience. And I've gotten to be a part of a lot of that. And I have a question with regard to kind of the org structure and where CX really fits in and sits in the organization. I've gotten varying feedback as I've done lots of research. And some say it's a CS function, customer success, not CX rather, and some, say maybe marketing or product. And I'm just curious to know in your experience where that typically falls.
That's so funny. I was just having this conversation yesterday with, I believe she's on this call also, Michelle Bregman. Well, where does CX live? I think it is born in different parts of any organization. So I don't think there's a right answer to that. What I can tell you is in 2021, in 2020, I recognize that there is two parts of CX. There is the strategic, there is the stakeholder alignment piece, and then there is the customer lifetime value piece. And I recognized that these two voices are completely different. So I teamed up with James Dodkins. James Dodkins and I tell the story of how do you create the strategy and create alignment among stakeholders to grow customer experience. And then when you need to execute across a tactical touch point, that's when a guy like me comes in. Now, that's only two bookends. I realized that you have the employee experience as well. So on the employee experience, you have the same thing, voice of the employee. So we have a friend, Hollis Roberts, who specializes in that. And then bringing employee lifetime value up to speed. I have a friend, Jill Raff, who I think might be on this call. That's another component of it. So that is to say, Krista, bringing the organization up to speed on the concepts and the language and the skills to deliver customer experience is everyone's job. And I think one of the biggest challenges in 2021 will be after all the reorgs that have happened in businesses in 2020 and the change in the customer behavior, we can't rely on as much retroactive research or regression analysis to figure out what customers will do next. I think, Krista, the most important thing will be to find a way to rapidly level set all the teams in the organization to put decision-making about the business through the filter of the customer lens.
Excellent. Excellent. We have one or more questions here as well. I do want to emphasize we're going to go into breakout rooms shortly. This part of the program is recorded, and what we're going to do in the breakout rooms is have more in-depth discussions around these kinds of topics. Kind of a random a way of putting you in there the first round, and then I try to put everyone into a different room the next round. We're going to do 2 rounds of those. They're 20 minutes each. We have one more question here. I think it was from, gosh, where did it come from? No, I think it may have been from Jill again. Or Jill Raff, you haven't asked a question. Would you like to come on camera and ask your question? Just put it on camera and take off your
yeah, sure.
There you are. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, sis.
Hey, how you doing, Dennis? Great to see you. Nice to meet you, Mark. Love your format here. My question was to Dennis that I know he and I have talked about this, but and as he mentioned just now that we're working on a collaboration to kind of provide an EX to CX solution, but I think many businesses are not yet really talking about EX so much. So I wanted to hear from you, Dennis. Do you think that's going to be the change agent going forward in 2021? And how do people really understand that EX is necessary in order to have that great CX?
I think thank you for making that point, because I failed to make it earlier, which is customer experience is outward. And I think what we've found is working from the outside in with the customer perspective has been great in terms of growing revenues and lifetime value for brands. But to Jill, to your point, I think in 2021, the inside out approach is going to be the way to unify teams, involve all of the players in participation of customer experiences. And I think it's paramount to success at every organization that internally there is an employee culture of creating success for the brand that is relevant for customers. So the inside out approach, I think, is going to be the new hotness in 2021.